Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus, and I've stuck my rubber cable into the giant space gun at AJ's toy chest to fire out the most focusedly logical Combiner Wars review I will ever make. This is Legends Class Shockwave, celebrated member of the Combaticons. Ever since that time, Bruticus picked him up and used him to shoot at people. This pocket-sized Astro Magnum has gone for an alt mode that's mostly space gun with a hint of space ship. It means he can totally work as a standalone toy, and I kinda love that. There's a sight scope up top and twin laser generators inside the main barrel, but also thrusters and tail fins on the back, and more fins on the sides. His colors are dominated by a purple that's on the redder end of the lots of people see purple a little differently spectrum, along with really flat Games Workshop gray parts and some highly topical grape-flavored clear plastic. Underneath the back end is a fold-down handle. It's a 5mm peg! And a square thing right in front. It's theorized that it's supposed to be a decorative and implied handle for when a hand-foot gun hand is holding him, but first, he's got a spot to jam in on top of Onslaught's vehicle mode. Triple-barreled logic activate! You're also supposed to plug him into the back of Bruticus, which seems a little ignoble, but never fear! Shockwave can also be held by a hand-mode hand-foot gun, with the space between both handles having just enough room to slide in place and look as though the hand-foot gun's fingers are doing some of the gripping. In any given singular Transformers toy's hand, it's a dice roll. Anything straying from a basic and undynamic fist cylinder may well run into clearance troubles due to the second square peg, and that is a cosmic bummer. The front section of Shockwave's alt mode unfurls into a pair of legs that suck in tightly to his hip section via a pair of Fig Art style, Combiner Wars breakdown style stacked swivel joints. To see that on a Legends price point figure is delightful, as is the realization that the back chunk of the alt mode was actually his arms, curled with precision and hidden by excellent forearm panel geometry. The gun handle and sight display panel fold back into a tight backpack, simultaneously revealing the head and taking us into the best part of this toy. This sexy goddamn silhouette, this tiny powerhouse custodian, this gorgeous bipedal logic engine, this is a fairly bulky, almost Energon-esque Shockwave, but he looks so good, I really don't mind. Also, since when has looking like Energon's Shock Blast been a bad thing? The translucent parts have been a talking point for a lot of people ever since this guy was revealed, and for me they are used incredibly well. They all give me the impression of Energized Componentry, so kneecaps, a chest plate, a fist, and a gun hand are all the kind of spots in which I'm happy to see such an effect. And it's a plastic that catches light really well. So well, in fact, that I'm torn on the lack of its presence in Shockwave's singular optic. It would have been great to see that pipe up, but the dot of yellow paint is so very piercing. I'm very satisfied. The head sculpt is overall a dead-on Shockwave skull, perhaps slightly small, but that size only serves to enhance the powerful look of his proportions. His fist is both 5mm compatible and fairly slim in diameter, so if you double purchase this toy, you can arm Shockwave with Shockwave. Dreams can come true! This little guy starts off so strong with this ball socket neck that has such a range. He's so small, but his range is so big. Look at this! I love it. That's like part one of the saga of me adoring posing this guy. He's got ball socket shoulders that have got the cut to go, out this far, forward and backward. Not too much wiggle, just a touch of outward wiggle to simulate a bicep swivel, although the ball socket elbow can also do a full-on swivel. The transformation joint here on his shoulder gives you another, I think, useful point of articulation, if not just to have his shoulders come up a bit, or, reach over his head, just have a bit of extra natural motion. That's so cool. No waist joint. It's like the one thing I would have liked to see added to this guy, but I can live without it, because he has ball socket hips with a very good range, and then they are on Fig Art style, Combiner Wars breakdown style, swing down dealies. And, that's for transformation as well, but that also means you can have him do a real good high kick without it, stopping here. Like, oh, I want to kick a bit higher, move this down, boom, use the thigh swivel, because there's also a dedicated mushroom peg thigh swivel, and then his knees are just a hinge, but their range is super deep due to the transformation once again. His feet can wiggle forward and backward a bit, mostly forward. I don't find it super useful, but, you see, this can be used for something. This guy makes such good use of his transformation joint. It's almost like his articulation came first and the transformation was built around it. He is a joy to pose. He is a fantastic little figure. This guy is, to me, the top of the heap as far as Generations Legends. He beats out all my favorites. He beats out Cosmos, because there's just so much oomph and personality, and I'm at a loss for words. This guy is an excellent posable little figure for his price. The bang for your buck out of that is insane. This little guy was easily one of my favorite Transformers of 2015. Is that anecdote enormously colored by the fact that I got him in December? Absolutely. New toy smell has filled me with bias, but so has the experience of playing with a Legends toy that so enormously hits it out of the park in just about every aspect. Both modes look wonderful, the transformation is quick and fun, the posability at this size class in 2015 is divine. Had he a waist joint and an unencumbered 5mm gun handle, I'd call the toy nigh perfect, so I guess he's nigh perfect. Both demands are entirely survivable in their absences, and the waist joint thing would entirely be to get this guy into the Iron Man and Rider Kick poses. But I want retools and redecos of this guy. I am double baiting my breath in anticipation of the Action Master colored version in the G2 Bruticus box set, and while I don't have a full C-Dubs Bruticus for total context as of this recording, I'm still gonna end by saying that this is a toy that all Transformers fans should pick up and experience regardless. He's an absolute top-tier piece. Go and get one. It's only logical. Anyway, this has been Internet Personality Vangelus, and I hope this video has helped you understand just how much ridiculous gushing I've had to edit out and repress in order to prevent the runtime from hitting triple-digit minutes of me spraying my adulation all over the insides of your monitors. If this is the exit point for Combiner Wars Legends molds, then what a fine place to put a button on things before the Titans return.